back, Refocus Gang, and welcome back to another episode of Refocus on You. I greatly appreciate you guys watching. First thing first, elephant in the room. Let me excuse my hair. I am going to Vegas. I got my hair done last night. I'm trying to try pipe curls, and I need these babies to be curly by the night. So I had to leave them in all day. Possibly on the plane, probably. I had to leave them in so that they can... I had to leave them in so that they can curl real good. So, excuse my hair. But I wanted to make sure that I did this video for this week and got you guys together. I hope you guys have been having a great week. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share all of these videos. I hope you have been enjoying the different content. I've been trying to mix it up. And I hope you've been liking it. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything you want to see, any topics you want to see, any people you want me to try to interview. I'm always up for the challenge to try to get these people to come and let me interview them. Any topics you want me to interview people on, I can possibly try and pick people to actually interview them on specific topics that you guys request. So let me know in the comments what you want to see, what you like to see, whether you like the new content that has been rolling out, whether you think I should go back to the old. Just let me know how you feel about it. Today we are going to be talking about being intentional. So being intentional is very important. It was not until, my daughter was like the ring for everything. Like she was the alpha to the beginning of this new life that I'm living. So it wasn't until after I had her that I realized that I have to make sure that I am very intentional with everything that I'm doing. Why? Because I am possibly setting, well, not even possibly, I'm setting up a future for not only me, but for another human being. Like I'm setting up somebody else's life. And if I lead her into failure, that's going to fall back on me. So I had to learn to make sure that I am very intentional with everything I do. Being intentional is very important. I mean, from how you wake up in the morning to how you go to bed at night, to the people that you're around daily, to the things you spend time on, the things you read, the things you do all day, the job you have, all of that, you have to be intentional with it, that it is leading up to something else. It's important to know that the people, the places, and the things that we ingest are the things that are going to come of our life most of the time. The things we attach ourselves to will eventually push us even higher, or it's going to distract us from the plan that we have at hand. Like you ever see somebody maybe go to college, and before they went to college, they're like a straight A student, dean's list, and then they get to college, and then all of a sudden they're failing out their classes, they not sleeping well, they're not doing what the stuff that they're supposed to be doing. Now think about if they get to college and they have a roommate, and it's like the roommate is academic too, and it's like, no, we here for school, bump out of other stuff. But if you get to college and you got a roommate that enjoys partying all the time, and for a little while you probably be like, no, I'm good. But if you ever get a taste of that party life, a lot of times you become fascinated with it, and it starts to distract you from the thing that is at hand. And that's why you see a lot of kids go to school and kind of flunk out, because first of all, if you never had that type of freedom, that's going to be a challenge anyway. So if you had a parent that kept you in the house, you couldn't do much, and you got all of that freedom, it's going to be a challenge for you. It's very important to make sure that you surround yourself with like-minded people, or with people that are further than you or higher than you, so that they can either pull you up or encourage you to come up higher. Being around people that are not on your level will eventually distract you and pull you down to where they are, because they're not thinking about the same things you're thinking about. From the time we wake up in the morning, we have to be intentional. One of the things that I have learned is waking up, rolling over, and grabbing my phone is probably not the best thing to do in the morning. One of the things you should probably do in the morning is wake up, pray, if that's what you do. Some people may not pray, but pray. Possibly meditate. Possibly go ahead and set your intentions for that day. What am I going to do today? What plans do I need to get done today? What goals do I need to accomplish today? Start all of those things before you even touch your phone. Set your intentions for that day. I'm going to be happy today. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to feel good about myself by the end of the night. I might stand in the mirror, throw some affirmations at myself. I'm going to work out so I can physically feel good about myself, and I'm going to smile all day and be happy. Go ahead and set your intentions before you let other people into your life, into your world. Before you answer a text, before you answer an email, before you scroll social media. We don't set our intentions on what the day is supposed to look like for us, and then our day goes haywire. Why? Because we had no intentions on that day. Like, we just woke up and it's like, oh, I'm going with the flow. No. Wake up every morning and set your intentions of what today is going to look like for me. Therefore, if you get some bad news when you do look at the phone, you've already set your intentions. Okay, let me handle this bad news. Let me put it in this place where it needs to go and go ahead about my day, because I'm not going to let 5 minutes, a text message, a social media post destroy my whole entire day. You have to be intentional with the people that you are around. The people that you hang around daily, the people that you mix with, the people that you eat with, the people that you socialize with will eventually become you. And I know a lot of people don't believe that. They used to always say birds of a feather flock together. And I used to argue with that. Like, no, just because I'm with this person, that don't mean I'm doing such and such and such. But in reality, eventually it's gonna start rubbing off. I don't care how strong-willed you are, your environment, the things that you focus on will, and the things you give energy to is what is going to grow. So if you're giving energy to nonsense, guess what? Nonsense is what's going to grow. Whatever you focus on, that's what's going to grow. So if the people around you are not trying to move to the next level, or not thinking about how to build money, or not thinking about how to better themselves, how to do inner growth, if they're always sad, they're always depressed, they always got an issue, they're letting people run over top of them, they're letting their heart get broke, their marriages is in turmoil, their relationships is in turmoil, they're faking it for society or whatever, eventually you are going to be that same person, because that's what you're around. You're taking that energy in. Energy is very powerful. So you have to make sure that the people you surround yourself with, your support team, your friends, anybody, you have to make sure they're on the same level as you. They're going to where you're going. They're trying to get there. They're practicing self-growth. They're practicing self-discipline. They're practicing setting their intentions for the day. They're practicing being better people in the world, because if not, you're going to get thrown clean off of your ball game, because you're going to be around these people. And eventually it's going to be like, oh, well, I'm sad, I'm down, and you're going to be sad and down. So make sure that your surroundings is a reflection of you. I often say, like, when my life is in chaos, when things are not going right, when I'm indecisive or different things like that, my house tends to be cluttered. Like, my house tends to not be, things be in place. I have things certain places, but it's like they don't even go there, or it's like it's just stuff everywhere to me. And I can always tell when I need to sit down and make a decision about something that's going on in my life, because the world around me gets cluttered. And at that time, I distance myself. I push myself away from people. I try to get myself back to myself and try to reorganize my life, because nothing can live in chaos. I can't focus in chaos. I can't build in chaos. So it's something that needs a decision so that I can move forward. So check the things around you. If everything around you looks chaotic, maybe you should check the people around you. Maybe you should check yourself. Put yourself in time out, like, hey, let me take a minute to myself, because a lot of times we're not giving ourselves enough focus because we're so focused on the things that's going on around us. Same things goes for, like, your job. You have to be intentional with the job that you have, because if you think about it, if you spend 40 to 80 hours a week, I know some of us work overtime. If you spend that much time at a job, you're spending a lot of time there. The energy of that job is gonna wear out. If you work with a whole bunch of people that don't like to work, eventually you're not gonna like to work. If you work with a whole bunch of people that are mean and nasty, eventually you're going to be mean and nasty. And no matter how many times you say, I leave work at work and home at home, eventually it's going to spill over. Eventually you're going to have a bad day at work and you're going to get home and take it out on the kids. Or you're going to have a bad experience in the morning time at home and you get to work and take it out on the work people. Because it's only one of you. It's only one of you. So whatever energy that you're carrying, that's the energy you're going to carry everywhere. So if you are in a job that you feel like, I hate this job, this is not where I'm supposed to be, I hate the atmosphere, it don't give me energy, it don't give me good vibes, I don't like this, please try to, don't quit your job before you have another one. Don't say refocus on you said to quit my job because I won't happy. No. Find you another job that you're going to be happy with, and then you quit at that point, because you should not stay stuck in a job that's draining your energy. The things you surround yourself with, be intentional with that. That is so important. Just making sure that you are intentional with everything that you focus on. Whatever you're focusing on is going to grow. So if you're focusing on yourself, your physical health, your emotional health, your mental health, you're gonna grow. You're gonna blossom. It's like a flower. If you pour water in a flower and you talk to a flower, you prune the flower is gonna grow. If you don't, it's not. You are your flower. You are what you're trying to grow. Water yourself. Read your books. Look at inspirational stuff. Stop scrolling social media so much. Get out of the drama. Learn to be in the moment. Learn to take everything in for what it is. Learn to feel your emotions. Learn to feel your energy. Learn to grow yourself. Honestly, like, be intentional on that. Whatever you focus on is what's going to grow. So if you're focusing on everything but you, everything is going to grow and prosper but you. Honestly, just think about that for a second. Those of us who like to constantly fix others, those of us who like to constantly be around others, be there for others, make sure others is good, make sure you're doing this for that one and that for this one. If you don't focus none of that, if you don't water nothing on yourself, everybody else gonna be good. And honestly, they gonna be looking at you like, that ain't my problem. I ain't tell you to do that. So make sure that you are focusing on yourself as well, because you are most important. Without a healthy you, there's a healthy nothing else. That's why it's very important to make sure that you are intentional with your thoughts, because your thoughts become your words and your words become your actions. And whatever your actions do is what is going to prosper. So it's very important to be intentional. Take some time this week. I want you to take some time this week, 5 days, 7 days, whichever is your week. Get up in the morning before you touch your phone, pray. And I'm going to do this with you starting Monday. Get up, pray, meditate, set your intentions for the day. If that means journaling, and if all you got is an extra 20 minutes in the morning, take that extra 20 minutes. 5 minutes to pray, 5 minutes to meditate, 5 minutes to journal, 5 minutes to say, this is what I'm doing today, and run out the door. Set your intentions for the day, what you're going to do, or start Sunday and write your whole week out. What you're going to do, what you plan to get done. At the end of each night, go over how I felt today. Did my day go as planned? The things that I got done today. And start being intentional about setting your day up. As you set your day up, you will start to see you are setting your life up for greatness. One of the things that I have noticed about people who make a lot of money is they have a morning routine. Like, they get up, they pray, they meditate, they may work out, but they set their intentions for the day. They don't let 5-minute increments of chaos detour a whole 24 hours. You have to learn to take charge of your day. Take charge of your feelings. Take charge of your emotions. Take charge of your thoughts. When your thoughts start to run one way, like I always say, out-talk your mind. Dr. Anita, I got that from her. Dr. Anita Phillips. She always says, out-talk your mind. Your mind and your mouth have to line up. So if you are speaking ill to yourself, well, if you are talking ill to yourself in your mind, start speaking positive. They have to line up. They can't go different ways. So start being intentional about being positive towards yourself, being positive towards your body. You will see that the more you love your body, the more you'll start to change it. like the things that you don't see fitting in with the image that you feel like you should have, you will start to change it. So if you feel like, hey, I look good, but I can lose a little stomach, or I can tone up a bit. The more you tell yourself I look good, you're going to start like, okay, but I also want to see me look like this. So let me do this and see, can I get here? Like, so be nice to yourself. Be intentional with your words, your thoughts, your plans. All of your plans should be lining up to another plan. Honestly. So if you plan to have a good week this week, that should line up to, oh, I had an awesome week, so I know I can have an awesome month. Like, it's going to graduate you and graduate you. Whatever you are focusing on, I want you to have at least do something towards that each day. So if you're focusing on growth, make sure you're doing an affirmation every day, or listening to some kind of podcast that is increasing your growth. Spirituality, make sure you listen to something that is increasing your spirituality, or researching something if you're trying to grow your business. Like, start being intentional with time like that, whether it's 10, 15, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. I can read the book for 20 minutes while the baby is in the tub. Like, start just doing small things to be intentional about changing your life, and see how it changed. I was one, and I still do it. I don't have enough time. But honestly, if I manipulate the little time that I have and I use it wisely, it'll start growing into enough time. So, like, my daughter loves to play with toys. A lot of times, all she want to do is sit in the floor and play with toys. That takes up a bulk of my off days or whatnot. But I have learned why I play with her toys. I may turn on my phone and kind of listen to a podcast here and there. Like, I can catch bits and pieces of it. Now, if it's very interesting, I will go back and listen to it at a later time. Or if she is talking, because a lot of times she's watching TV and playing with me. But if she's talking to me a lot, I'll just cut it off and we just do what we do, and I'll jump back into it. But learn to use 5 minutes here while you're washing the dishes. Put the phone up and look at something while you're washing the dishes. Like, you have to learn to manipulate your time to the point that it works out best for you. So if you're focusing on growth, whatever you're focusing on, make sure you have something that you do every day to grow that part of you. And I want you to see how smooth your week goes. So start in January. Start on Monday. Get you a journal. Write down your week, whatever you're going to do, whether you're going to do it daily or the full week or whatever. Start setting your intentions every day. Start trying not to roll over and grab the phone in the morning. If that's your alarm clock, hit the alarm clock, put the phone down, turn the face down. Leave it alone. Set your intentions for the day. Make sure that you are setting your intentions to be great. Once you set your intentions to be great for the day, you go about your day and be great. Okay? And I want you to come back, drop in the comments, and let me know how it worked for you. Did it help you? Did it help you have a greater week? Did you start thinking to yourself and giving yourself good compliments? How did it benefit you by setting your intentions? It is very important to make sure that we are being intentional with everything we do. That was the whole point of this shirt, Intentional Goddess. When it comes to building the life that you want, when it comes to perfecting your world and perfecting your life, you have to be very intentional with your time. So whatever your end goal is, you will not get there without being intentional and strategizing to grow or to get there. So Intentional Goddess. We are being intentional goddess, and we're going to get to the life that we desire. The life that we see in our head. The life that we know that when we get older, we want to sit on the back porch and be like, I did this shit. Yes. Okay. So let me know how it go for you. I greatly appreciate you guys watching. Please make sure you pray me safe travels. Well, by the time you see this, I'll be back. So thank you for watching. Have a great week.